use my voice line. I want him to go as far as possible. Spam that shit.
Let us unify.
Collect me a couple dollars a day, I bet.
Dollars to stop right now.
Just stop talking about my voice line. I only
30
take
seconds
250
to battle.
bribes right now, guys. How this works.
All right. Well, already I believe we have a
I think it was essential. Because they crossed, blocked the small camp. They already had an observer cliff, so that's up. Yatoro went for spark rates just to get a little bit of information.
The battle begins.
Fighting for bounties, though.
arrow whiffing here. We'll make that grab. Let's actually go 3 bounties. All right.
It's interesting that it's felt very rare, actually, that bounties go more to one team. Maybe it's just the TI thing that everyone's just scared a little bit. I don't want to mess up, just stay for a while. Just take our 2. I want to mess around. Tide plus Murano. Murano will clear the lane for Tide generally. This is one nice thing about him being against Slark, no matter what happens. Arrow generally, unless KJ blocks it, that is. Son of a?
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Oh, because you're choosing arrow.
Yeah, because you're literally, that is your actual.
Yeah, but that's because like when they wrote Murana's voice lines in 2000, and they were like, arrowing creeps is bad. These are for heroes, you know? That's the thing.
I know, but I'm saying that they.
I'm sure Valve will put that on the list.
I can do a pretty.
They'll just have to program game to know exactly whether it was a good arrow or a bad.
Oh, yeah, no, that's easy, right? Easy. Got it. I mean, if they could program this old-timey music into Arc Warden's font, pretty sure they could probably. I guess I'm asking to do. I'm happy to be. Glad I'm.
Very happy to be Valve, please. No criticism.
But yeah, I'm interested to see how this Arc Warden. Just because it isn't a hero that we see in very specialized circumstances.
I do like it with the Elder Titan. Just a lot of beefy dudes that can be in front of you. The other thing is they don't have like the strongest duel. Doom and Alliance. They've got some disabled. Doom's gonna farm, but like it's a bit of a passive lane, so they can get away with it. If it's like a scary IG or OG duel lane where they like absolutely dumpster you, I wouldn't feel comfortable playing Arc Warden there.
Definitely showing off their own voice. Toss back though, coming out from 40R.
Not able to get under tower. Not a big deal. Pressure, 12 and 3 on Tiny. Pretty even. 11 and...
Hands off.
By just wandering on.
That looks like an actual hero. The Owlbear.
That's why I had a moment where I was like, what
He's
the?
huge. It looks like a Warcraft 3 model. It's a Valkyrie.
First blood.
Caught it, guys, right at the very end.
Billingsley Loftright wouldn't have died. That's for sure. That's the name of that courier we're just... Very strong name. Way better than Drew.
Wait, what is it again?
Billingsley something.
You've already.
Billingsley Loftright.
Very cute. Oh, it's an owl and a pussycat. Aww.
Whoa.
What?
Oh, the courier.
Rhymes. There it is. There's the first courier getting sniped by Mira. Guy's a courier slayer. A lot of that. Usually, you know what they do is they actually place tabs on them. That way they find the easy opening.
Very popular in the pub. That one costs him 2 leaf charges, which is kind of expensive, but it's fine. Heal up. He's almost got his earn. Great job harassing him. Play for the root together, but with Rana's HP being a lot lower, you might have to do something.
I don't think there was 2 without the.
You got there late.
Toronto Tokyo already was making. So.
Yeah, he delayed KJ enough before it didn't matter. Clap's doing great. 22 versus 19 inch Slark. Not much about this match. Maybe if there's a different 5 position, they could go on him harder. Somebody has like kind of typical disable, maybe would allow Claps to get a. For now, he's had a nice time.
I feel like this is fairly quiet lane, so because the Tide Hunter tends to arrow onto KJ, Flame Spirits. It's pretty hard to kill a Tide Hunter.
That.
And on the flip side of that, it's not the easiest Slark with the hero lane. So I feel like this one's gonna be more of a wash. Anything else?
Yeah, and that's good for the Tide because you don't want to laning it. So as long as you don't give Slark all this like free agi, not that it's like the biggest deal in the world, but you know, a couple agi points, damage in it. It helps. A less armor for Tide, I guess, which is not that big of a deal. But they're actually doing a good job pressuring Slark. He used a lot of mana in that last go. Pounce just to delay the E basically. Lap's having a good one. A little bit less last hits for Toronto. Not by much.
Yeah, 40 are getting that faster. About second. Tabo's taking a lot of harass here. Very nice fight from Theolacor.
Dire's bottom tower
Time to
is
run
under
away.
attack.
Skill build online. 1 point or like hex.
VR makes his own rotations. Gotta catch up to Maposhka. Lands the avalanche. Quite finish up. This is giving Yatoro enough time to hide over it. Farm up.
Skill build, but it's probably just like a. It won't matter.
Oh, Mira though finding the kill on KJ.
Sniped another courier.
What?
What have we here?
I like these.
And like, ha 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 ha. Because that's what your favorite hero. You're.
Not my favorite.
You're Phoenix
hero.
biased. All right,
I
it's
am
your top
Phoenix
3.
biased.
It's-
Yeah, I do. All right. I'll middle lane though. A lot of pressure being placed here.
Radiant
Toronto,
structures are
Tokyo. Right past this tower mirror. They can find an opening if they can get this light off, perhaps.
Trying to get this free wave, and now buys time for another creep wave. Catapult's gonna get Fire Spirit. This is like the one
Dire's
solution
middle
actually.
Yeah.
tower is
To
under
save a lot of
attack.
tower damage. KJ not using his last one. He gets by Toronto, Tokyo, and the damage continues. Dealt here.
What's happening in the back? I just see
Yeah.
Maposhka chasing Theolacor. Like, that was not something I was expecting.
It's kind of cool to see supports rotate over in these. Because you don't
yeah.
really know what's going to happen, but if it does provide like a gank opportunity
Radiant
or a
are
time to
scanning.
fight, like he'll be in the area, so you can actually control. Good to just do those rotations some.
About to break out. Arrow
Dire's middle
doesn't
tower
quite
is under
connect.
attack.
Yeah, it's gonna.
No, the leap forward from Mira. They need to smart, and it can't quite get their hands on it. Even though
Dire's
they have the
top
sun
tower
ray
is under
to toss
attack.
up with the burb. That's
My kill. That's what he says. Throws him in. Died to sunrise. He's like, nope.
Nope.
I want that.
I mean, also has Theolacor deliver his water. He's got the bottle service going on. This is a pampered mid player.
Ooh, Toronto,
Toronto,
Tokyo
yeah.
taking the deep.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Just-
attack.
Drop the brief.
Dire are scanning.
Can't like get the full swing, but it looks pretty heavy. Glove.
Oh, what?
Yeah, it's his immortal,
Oh, he's got the, yeah, he does.
but it definitely looks about as heavy.
It does.
Got it. Everything looking pretty
Radiant's
solid.
top
Game's
tower
very
is
even.
under attack.
Yatoro is the correct target, so
I renew with the increased hand.
they denied him. Well, they did.
Radiant's top tower
Very
is under
quick.
More aggressive. Mira's gonna catch mid lane. This is super efficient for them. He's gonna, depending on where they move, patience. It's like a nice efficient way for Toronto. Gank's coming bot though.
Toss up into the air over onto Yatoro. More damage out. This time he's not going to be able to get denied.
It's a fast blink, but
Bottom tower is under
Guild was
attack.
only level 4 to be able to put out enough damage and harass. Take out Toronto Tokyo, but Tavo does find a kill on Maposhka in the bottom lane.
yep, with help from Tiny. Yeah, they could have hexed the Ember, but like they knew they weren't going to get the kill. Save the mana. It's not worth it. Instead, they swing back to the bottom. So they've gotten all these kills bottom, but it has taken them quite a bit of time. Power, that's the downside. But I like that Tiny is still hanging out. Basically, because he's going to be able to help kill whoever else tries to come. Like with the catapult, it's going to take a bit longer for these to get there. He's going to have to quick this to push it if he wants to.
Dire's
Yeah, they
top
really
tower
don't have
is
very
under
elegant
attack.
towers.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Until 40 minutes in Tiny.
Yeah,
Like
but
we
that-
see every game. But yeah,
yeah.
right now, yeah.
Are? I don't think
Dire's
they
top
can, though.
tower
They just
is
put out
under
the
attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under
Life
attack.
while on top lane.
Dire's top tower
will be
has
able to-
fallen. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Slark, I bet he does have his Echo Saber now. The old piggy pole. So he's a pig fish. Probably a
That
real
works.
thing. It's
Pigfish?
actually a pig fish.
Probably.
Radiant's
Not in
middle
our language,
tower
some
is
like-
under attack.
Probably. There's gotta be a fish that's got like a.
Tries to kill the catapult. That was kind of Poshka actually. He stomps the creep wave so that they don't get aggroed by creeps, and the catapult just kind of a cool way to deal with it. But they pop a smoke. They want to take a fight now. There is a haste rune on Ember. This is good.
Radiant
look where-
are scanning.
They break this. They scan it though, so they're gonna go wider. Now they've got even ground. They're gonna be able to see their opponents, and they're gonna spot Tavo most likely. He just used Scorched Earth as well, so him escaping, not very likely if they jump on him.
Going on the way. There's definitely going to be play here. Now from Toronto Tokyo, throwing out the Remnant, goes right on over, gets the stomp, but followed with the Starstorm Mira. One who gets hell.
Great place to fight for
They're
Team
smoked
Spirit.
over on the side of SG, but look how fast they're backing out now. They're like, oh, there is so much more over here. There is a Tide Hunter, though. Perhaps they can make some moves on Collapse, toss back underneath the tower. Immediately gets stunned, fall with the Avalanche. They even go and use the egg. Arrow will land, and they manage to get the Ravage of Collapse. He's still alive. He's just able to walk away. The follow-up, they get the kill at the Olacord King Jungles. He wants a kill so bad. Gets the kill on Mara. That Tiny is too dang tanky. He had some help from his friends to stay alive.
That
But
was.
they burned a bit.
I can't believe he survived that. I thought he was so far away from his whole team.
Yar. Tavo getting held into place here. He does have the Doom available. He's gonna go with the Stomp. Trying to see. Fine. Yeah, look at these procs. Oh my goodness. The Sun Ray comes out, saves them. A little bit longer. Slide forward, toss up into the air. There's a nice stomp from Tavo. Are they gonna make it out? That arrow, no, he dodges right around Toronto Tokyo, the bottling through. He wants this kill very badly. He's just gonna go eat himself a creep on his way out. Might have a passive Midas though, because he is indeed dead.
Nice fight there by Team Spirit, just really pushing their limits. Toronto Tokyo in the front, ate the Ava toss, didn't do that much damage to him, and then they just kind of like sat at their limits. Got nice stomp, got more Syrian chains. Tokyo stayed invulnerable most of that time to just buy time to get SG low enough where they just didn't feel comfortable. Like he definitely could have doomed Toronto Tokyo after that stun, but they just knew that they had to run away. So once again, they just put SG in a bad place and pushed their limits, getting an advantage. Tide also had an arcane
Dire's
for
bottom
gravity.
tower
Oh,
is
that's
under
better.
attack.
He's basically ready to go. I like his itemization. He's going hood, phase, into staunch, and then halberd. By doing so, lots of status resist, and then if he does get doomed, it's a better chance he actually survives.
And out players on the side of seeing the rise of a lot of offliners. Collapse has been a lot of love. Old Levin obviously has always had love. And then for on Beast.
It's easier now in Dota. Twice all the time. So it's like you do have net worth and levels to play with if you play really well. Smoke coming.
Then Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Armaposhka looking a little bit dead. Stun ray coming through. Mira still has a couple ups, so she ups right over into the Olapor. This Marana gonna be a double kill here for Tavo. Collapse getting in position. They want to necessarily go in on this. They have the Arc Warden. They've got vision though up on the high ground. Jump forward. Avatar's right back here over onto Tavo. And he's got the bubble up. The egg followed with the ravage. No egg pop this time. And it looks like Tavo would go down. Yatoro. Well, 4DR still fighting. Stabile joining into the fight. Somehow 4DR still alive. Collapse trying to get over there. They'll be able to just bottle up and through again. Stabile building up these stacks. Is a little scared though. Back off.
Lion Finger to try to finish him off, and good fighting from Team Spirit still. Ravage was used though, so that's going to hurt him a bit. And Yatoro has been dying enough to make his net worth trajectory less good than ideal, but hey, he's still way on top actually, so he's pretty happy.
Is under attack.
Regression coming out from the side of SG4, hiding on the side. Mira, a couple of these leads left, but the Avatar's up into the air means that he's not going to be able to.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Disables are great. They buy you time to get there to finish up.
Play more on the bottom side of the map, trying to take away the something that it's obviously very, very important when you
Dire's
take down the
tower
Tempest Double
is
as
under
well.
attack.
That was a little costly. He wanted to go Midas, and he got it off, but then giving his
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
kind of a lot. Reverse Midas. And Sark is still farming pretty good, 1,500. Right, NYC go for Axe this game. Haven't seen it in a bit, but gives you 2 pounces, your pounce distance becomes really high. It just becomes a lot easier for you to initiate an encounter, or to escape, basically. You go in, you launch yourself out.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I mean, that's one thing
Radiant's
that we
bottom tower is under attack.
It's light on lockdown. Has to be kind of chain disables, and Clark thrives on that. But as I say, that arrow comes in place, and that's some chain disable, as they also went with the split earth.
They're doing such a good job pressuring. He does have Midas
middle
off
tower
cooldown right now, unfortunately. But even just killing him and interrupting Devour is a big deal, because like that creep that you're eating also dies in your belly. If it doesn't get digested, that's 200 gold. That gank isn't just a Doom kill, it's like worth an extra. Blink now for Yolakor on the line. Very much needed, but he's been doing a good job so far, setting up disables. Going.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that. Especially if he's able to kind of scout out like he did. Buying 4DR enough time.
Money
Map
changes hands.
for opportunity, everybody farms map efficiency, Collapse pushes out and pressures the mid, so that it's a low chance that he gets killed if he gets gone. Again, getting doomed would be dangerous for him, but he still procs Kraken Shell with, so generally he should still be able to keep running. I think that's one of the reasons he opted for
Dire's
this
top tower is under
not
attack.
didn't get blink. Better chance of surviving here.
For landing immediately, putting some pressure over onto Toronto Tokyo, waiting for the rest of the team to show up as Sabila is thrown up into the air with the arrow. Dangerous, look at the damage over onto the Olapor. He's just
Radiant's
gone.
middle
Okay,
tower is
oh
under
my.
attack.
Collapse, look at this, they've got the Moonlight Shadow, they don't have any detection currently on the ground. Pressure being placed onto Stabile. Big, tanky Tide Hunter, in your face, ready to ravage at any time. SG has to play this so carefully. In fact, they're just gonna make a full-on retreat. Spark Wraiths are just doing a lot of damage over to Stabile. They've got the bubble up over on the Tempest Double. Ran out of creeps, they're on their way.
Top tower is
By a
under
little bit of
attack.
time.
They've used very little resource. Just Moonlight Shadow, basically. And the way they reacted to that was great. I mean, Toronto Tokyo gets chained to disabled. Sark was there to land the pound follow-up, but he gets air. They land the arrow afterwards, which gets spelled, but ultimately it's just about protecting their cores and giving stance to pressure the tower. They did, they backed up, they popped smoke, and now they're going to take the drone.
Scanning.
So they're hoping something. It is indeed the Phoenix.
A tool to
Grab the Arcane, land the arrow, land the Starstorm, land
Radiant's
the
middle
killing
tower
blow.
is under attack.
But I get why Phoenix has to go for that dive. It's crazy. It's an Arcane Rune. An Arcane Rune on any Spirit hero is glorious. Makes it so much more able to play aggressive. He popped it pretty early, so they can avoid slight chains every 7. Flap's gonna get real aggressive though. Hello, I'm in the enemy jungle. Actually here by himself.
Yeah.
But he's thrown spells down to make them think like he might have to get.
Maybe there's smoke behind or something.
Under attack.
Some of them are not showing on the map.
Behind the tower, but maybe they catch him, but that there's no way to like bluff check him. So they just have to walk away. Stop farming, it all just affects things. That agrees with hard by now.
Mind games are actually unreal about the way that Spirit and Flaps are just able to walk their bodies right at them. Show no fear.
And in the meantime, the other side of the map jumps back to his team. Actually
Radiant's
put their
middle
team
tower
in
is
that
under
much
attack.
vulnerable. Many creep waves, get some more tower damage. Top tower. Without losing much. Oh, did he get it? He did. The Yatoro jumps in with the Impale. It got low
Radiant's
enough so he
bottom
gets.
tower is
that
under
was good.
attack.
Never refuse
Lion.
good.
Boy, getting sad when he's a... Yep, yeah. That's an item. Tokyo, same thing. They're really looking to start more aggressive.
They know where that's probably did send his pop. That means
They know
he's
exactly where he is then.
maybe going
is
to
under
be guy
attack.
hitting it. How dangerous he.
Look at this. Look at the way though. He
Radiant's middle
knows. Like he's
tower
hiding
is
in the
under
tree line.
attack.
He's like,
Dyer's top tower
where
has
anyone
fallen.
is, I just set my top.
Power.
Yeah,
they're
look at
looking
this.
for him.
Now they're not going to be able to get him. Now they're going to have to go. They do see the courier. They don't at Mira's area.
Radiant's courier has been
Kill on
killed.
the courier.
Dyer's top tower is under
Creep
attack.
forward.
Radiant's
Versus
middle
500,
tower
not the
is
ideal
under
top
attack.
subject.
Axe is ready on Slark. Very. Slap on the head. Can't find their opponents. And they will have BKB soon on Arc. Not like the perfect item, but it is. Scouts goes based on the map. Yeah, well, he's giving up some gold. Dies. It just still feels pretty. This time, though, close to him. They see him.
They
OBKB.
want him. They got to get there faster, though.
Allies disappear.
Who they saw where his last position was.
Look at the TPs, though. Look at the TPs coming. They have to be careful. The rest of the team, they're going to protect him. White managed to get dust. Here. Flaps, moving in, buys himself a couple heroes, manages to land the Ravage over onto 3, the arrow coming in right over onto 4DR. They pop that BKB, 4DR taking too much damage. Sunray, it was nice, but it's not going to be enough. As Yatoro already falling. Cabo will have to teleport out in King Jungles. No, they're able to go and land the chains. Dead Phoenix.
It looked a little hairy there for Team Spirit, but they managed it. Arc Warden gets out just in time. And it was so, it's like one of those bait moments, right? Where it's like, it's so close to your opponent, so like, oh, this is an opportunity. But he gets out, he runs to the right after being visible there. Just misses him, and that gives him the opportunity to not only like turn the fight, but he also got to interrupt the Blink Dagger online right away. Throws down the Flux, drops down the Spirit. That guarantees the Stomp from a Poshka, the Ravage hits line, and it just like takes so much utility out of the fight right away. So Team Spirit just gets a super one-sided team fight and more time to farm on Arc Warden.
Can we talk about how fluid Team Spirit's movements are? They immediately, right, so you have an Arc Warden in the bottom lane, you're pushing the top, you see that your Arc Warden is possibly going to get initiated on, immediately teleport down to the bottom lane, and then from there, save your Arc Warden, take a great fight, use the Ravage, and then immediately take a tower. Like that, I don't think you get much more efficient than that, and that's really beautiful. Like,
I don't even know how Tide got such a Ravage without a Blink. Is the other thing.
he just
Like,
walked.
he was like standing next to 3 heroes. I just assumed, I was like, oh,
He
yeah, of
was
course.
invis.
Tide,
They did
right?
have the Moonlight Shadow, don't forget.
Oh, that's right.
Like, he was running. I think they knew he was there, but they might have lost tabs on.
Yeah.
This time, though, of course, they don't have that Ravage, so he flicks off the Arc Ward, making his way over. They'll doom up the Tide, pouncing forward again. BKB over onto Yatoro. He's got the bubble. They'll get the egg off. The Yatoro will fall. Nice stomp, though, over onto Collapse. Have to turn their attention out to Yatoro. They'll be able to get that kill. King Jungles are falling, and so does Kostabile to Yatoro. Drawn to Tokyo, following up. He's going to be the cleanup crew with the rest of the crew. And then get the slide off, get the kill on Tavo. Waiting patiently now for 4DR. It's a triple kill now for Yatoro.
And he just lost his clone. That was the only detriment to them there. I mean, Tide with this net worth advantage is perfect against Doom. He gets doomed. He's got status resistance reduction from Halberd. He's got extra regen. So he's regenning off the Doom damage. Doom can chase him. He can hit him with like Infernal Blades, but if he takes too much damage, it Krakens that off anyways. So like, if it isn't Slark on top of Tide while he's doomed, you're not killing the guy. All you're doing is buying time. Frankly, using Doom on him didn't feel that great because he didn't have Ravage anyways. So it's like, I don't know. Felt a little weird. Great Stomp. That was the other crucial thing. Great Stomp on the Slark. Slark didn't have Dark Pact available when that Stomp hit, so he was also disabled for a long amount of time. Sleep against Slark is perfect because you don't want to deal with him. Everything going Team Spirit's way here. 12k gold advantage. Aegis now in Arc Warden. He almost got an Orchid of his own, so he's going to definitely be a threat against Slark.
Now you have to be very scared about the next engagement because Collapse has a Ravage back up. Be very key for the side of SG. So they don't all get.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Bot side of the map. Coverage here.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
It's been buffed a lot.
Your grace is noted.
Pretty good when you get two of them again. He's gonna again making it feel. Look at that extra attack speed. Tell he got two. Power zip.
The rune of haste.
Pressure being
Dire's
placed immediately
structures
drop the
are
Spark Ray. Application comes out, bubble. Will be used. But the SG is not here yet. Let's look how much he gets. One line here. So incredibly tanky. He has completed a Lotus Orb. Trying to just cross out some of these Flame Spirits, trying to slow them down at all. You'll look for getting a position to blink, but the second that he shows up, blown up.
Radiant's bottom
Islands
tower
that
is
collapse
under
at the
attack.
time. They're just continuing to
Dire's
smack
top
away
tower
over on
is
these
under
buildings.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Really gonna hurt him. 50 gold away, and he could blink and doom him, and maybe the fight goes okay, but right now it looks tough.
Under attack.
Now Tavo shows.
Tavo is not going to be able to throw out any dupes right now. Stomp over onto 2.
He doesn't want to be.
Onto. Oh,
We can't die though.
he's chasing. He wants to say, but nah, they'll end up losing the Tempest Double. But
Dire's
they end
top
up
barracks
taking a
has
full
fallen.
tower and racks. That's considered. Look at him. He's like thinking about like, do you want to go back in? Thanks.
I could leave, but there's a creep wave here that I would love to fuck.
I know it looks like they've made back off. They'll toss out a casual arrow. Just trying to bump the reward. Why not on the way out?
Well, right? Collapse in the front. They've got the main Arc Warden hitting the tower as well. And then when they feel a little comfortable, they run Ember Spirit forward. They run the Clone forward, Spirit forward. Those kind of things try to interrupt SG's ability to initiate.
Doubly is visible, followed up with the Ravage. They're trying to get the Slark out of time, but they can't. They just slide through and get the kill on both of them. 40R now, tied to the ground practically. He's next to go. There's on the hunt, wants the Olacor. The Olacor getting the blink. The splitter gets
Dire's
dropped, not
middle
going to be
tower
able to
is
quite.
under attack.
That was.
There was a buyback
really
on the Slark, though.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Dire's middle tower
No.
has fallen.
I mean, hopefully.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's middle barracks are under attack. Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
It's good of you. Unstoppable Oni.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Monster kill! Triple kill!
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's Ancient is under attack. Dire's Ancient is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's Ancient is under attack.
Team Spirit, victory!
The lesson